I just started the recording, and let me know when my screen is visible for everyone. So yeah, it should be now. So just give me confirmation, and we'll quickly start. Are we okay?
Yes,
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 we
we can able to see your screen.
Super. Thank you. Okay. So guys, today's chapter is IAM, which is Identity Access Management. Guys, identity and access management is a kind of very bigger chapter already when AWS was not existing, right? It's kind of related with more on security, and which is going on to part of most of the time security focus. Earlier, like in earlier days, it was managing by the data center guy, where networking and we have a security available in the picture. Right? So same thing with cloud. AWS have, guys. Can you please mute all of you? Thank you. Okay. So in AWS, identity and access management, it's part of more on security side. And last time we did VPC, that was also on security side. And I am also on security. We have more services which will do in coming future and coming time. That is relation of the security again, right? So kind of important topic. So very first, guys, see this dashboard. In the dashboard, you can see there is a user tab, groups tab, customize customer managed policy, and roles, and identity provider. So let me give you the use case, what exactly the IAM and where we can able to use. So there are two types of access which we are providing in the AWS for resources and for our all the users. Who are the users? That will be your daily routines kind of workers, right? Which not worker exactly, your team members, you can say, right? Where people are working together and they managing the things with the daily routines and daily workout. So if I will if I will talk about the current situation, right, where let's say in real time you have a team, okay, and you are managing some real time customer, okay, where we understand, right, we have a multiple teams available and multiple accounts could be, right, because it's not like that, like we are using only single account, there could be a multiple accounts in a real time. So two types of access. One will be, guys, like let's say this is my database service, and another is my like compute resources, and one of more we have like VPC access, and one more is storage access. Means I have a different team members available. Like um, when database team require, I will only give access to the user on database service. Okay. Another, whenever like storage or a VPC, I will create another user and give particular access. Same thing I'm going to give for each services. Means if this VPC team wants to access this, or he can log in inside the account, but he will not going to bother my storage services because he doesn't belong to it, right? And other use case, right? A lot of time, guys, when you work with the team or as a solution architect, you can see there are like number of team members available, but still management will say to you, I need access on like billing console only, because I want to keep monitoring billing, right? Whether it's increasing or decreasing, they will closely focus on the cost all the time. They really don't bother about your each services, how you are managing, who is managing, they couldn't bother to you, right? So simple, you can create another group or you can create a user. There will be only financial access, like a billing console only, and you can assign access to the team of your financial things. So they will be going to be access your they will going to be access only the financial page. This is one. So guys, this is one use case. Another use case will be is a so please see the difference here, right? Which will be what I'm trying to show you here, guys. One is we have decided here user to resource, okay, user to resource. Now another access type is resource to resource. Means what will be the use case there? Like let's say you have 50 developers working in your team, right? As a developer. Now I have here around 50 developer who are working on some projects. So definitely they require, guys, some sort of access. And let's assume here the 50 users daily accessing your another service which will be called S3. So you have one option available, guys. Either you can create a role or create a user of all 50 in AWS and assign them access to S3. This will be more critical, guys, an unmanaged thing kind of, because totally like there could be a 400, there could be a more users in a future, right? So just to manage these things, AWS has given option resource to resource access, which will be you can create one EC2 that will be your like compute resource, right? Because definitely when there is a compute resource, why compute resource required? Because guys, all the developer are available in your physical data center. They are going to log in the server to access S3, correct? That is clear, right? In EC2 is another resource of AWS. Now you can give access EC2 to S3 instead of all the developer. You have given one resource to another resource access. Now, if all the 50 or any other developer who has access on this EC2, they will get by default access on S3, right? So that you can solve your problem for multiple users in a resource to resource access. And it is kind of, guys, more regular practice. AWS also saying like use multiple services. So how we can use multiple services, guys? We have to give a cross permission, resource to resource. They can use. So there are two types, guys. One is IAM user you are creating. Another you are creating IAM profile. So this will be, guys, your IAM profile, and user case will be your IAM user access. So one is resource to resource, another is user to resource. Cool. These are the use cases you will get in a picture. Else there are a lot of things which we are going to cover while we do more practice or more sessions in coming time. Okay, so that can be done according to that. Now let's do it very quick. One basic practical here, which will be, let's create one user. Let's say I want to have S3 user only. Okay. Now guys, there are two types of access. One will be console, which I am doing this time. Another is programmatic. Programmatic access is something called, guys, when you are like looking to have a API access, API or CLI or SDK. If I'm a developer, I will use my SDK APIs, right? If I'm a DevOps guy, I will use CLI based on availability. You can give the access. It is really not necessary, guys, to give both access to the user in one shot. No, you have to ask first. You have to understand first the requirement. Then only we can give the access. And best practice will be create user, give only S3 access if user is required, right? Don't give another service access. Like EC2 doesn't require, don't give. CloudWatch doesn't require, don't give, right? Only required access, give slowly. Or being an administrator, being an architect, when you have a new joinee in your team, doesn't matter he's having like very good experience, right, in a AWS as an architect. Start giving first read only access, then make him understandable, then start giving EC2 access, then S3, then IAM. Based on that, until unless like he's fine with the environment, you can give complete access administrator. That is fine, but that will be step by step. Don't give in a one shot all the access, right? That will be part of your best practices. So we are creating this time only like the management console access. That is fine. Let's create the user with a password and next permission. So guys, as I'm looking for S3 access only, S3 is a storage. So I'm looking part of like creating a policy. So there is an option, either you can use your existing or customized policy. I'll guide you guys how to create customized policy based on the requirement. Okay. Else AWS has number of existing policy, which is template pre-created by Amazon, which we can able to use it just by the typing of search. So I'm looking here S3. Simple. Yes, I'm looking S3 full access. none of about after like apart from this. So I'm not going to give any other access. Next, add the tag here. Tagging is most important. So I'm looking at S3 user. Why you are doing this? Simple. Create user. Now guys, my user has been created here. And if you see, AWS is giving us option user with AWS management console access, this one. Means this time aws.amazon.com not going to work because it's a part of your alias user, right? It's a IAM user. So IAM user should use the different account, different browser actually, sorry, different URL to get in that. So I'm going with my fresh browser and let me give here console access. Okay, now my username was S3 user, and we'll see the restriction which we have given. So we have given the permission only S3. So this user must not be able to access any other services apart from here, right? So here S3 user. So a little bit different console, right, to access what I'm looking for. Do sign in. I don't want to save password. We are good here. Now, if you see here, like, cool. So very first, I'm going to try, guys, EC2, which is most common compute resources we are always using. But please remember, I created this user only for storage, which will be S3 limited only. So I should be able to get an access denied here, and that will be problem, right? So running instances, right? And error fetching data because you are not authorizing, right? Authorized to perform this. Means, guys, it's up to you. Level you can define. I want to give read only, that you can do. Now let's see another that will be S3, which we are looking for. So I can click on it, S3, and meanwhile it is going to be how, let's modify some more permission, right? Which I'm looking for. So my user here, let's go back to IAM. We are okay now. So, and let's give the read only permission which we are looking for, EC2, where I'm getting currently error, okay? Because I am looking for more services access, but not full this time, just read only. So I can go with this one. See, EC2 read only, so that he can see the resources but not able to create or not able to delete either. Cool. So I'm here. If I will reload now, guys, this error should be goes off, because that is the benefit of this roles here. Permission apply on fly changes even, right? You don't have to do the log off. You don't have to do. See, guys, I don't have anyone. That is fine, but I can see the launch instance. Means if I have a running, I can able to see that there is no error. The error goes off. And see this one S3, I have a complete access, which I can able to utilize at all. Okay. So if I want to create bucket, I can. I want to delete bucket, I can. That is up to you. What are the permissions you are looking for? Okay. Cool. Are we good, guys? Any concern till now or any question, comments? Please let me know. Are we clear of use case, guys? Understanding resource to resource and your like user to resource, because these things will really come in interview very frequently.
Yeah, we are good.
Super, super, super. All right, guys. Hey, guys, 1 second. I'm getting one call. Just a moment.